Welcome to Win Today. My name is Dan Koch, filling in for Pastor Nat Crawford, and today we're going to talk about the humble witness. John chapter 5, verses 30 through 31. I can do nothing on my own. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not my own will, but the will of him who sent me. If I alone bear witness about myself, my testimony is not true. Are you a humble person? Let's be honest. No Christian is going to go around and boast about being prideful, and yet we're usually nowhere close to being as humble as we'd like to think. I mean, I enjoy thinking that I'm a humble person. But man, that gets tested a lot. And I fail that test a lot. In many cases, it's as simple as trying to do life all in my own strength. Or it's going too long without praying and seeking God's help and guidance and wisdom for life. These religious opponents of Jesus are blind to the fact that they are full of pride. And because pride is the log in their own eyes, they assume Jesus must also be full of pride. I mean, think about it from their perspective. Jesus declared himself to be the Son of God. They, on the other hand, were simply content with holding all the religious power over Israel. So they think, this Jesus fellow, he's trying to play a trump card against us, calling himself the Son of God. In response to this, Jesus declares that he is totally dependent upon God. This revelation from Christ reminds me of Philippians 2:6, which says, who, though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped. Though he is God, thus making his testimony more valuable than any other testimony, Jesus made the Father's glory his aim. His first coming was one of complete humiliation, divinity being housed in human frailty and weakness, and then, according to the Father's will, suffering to the point of death on a cross. Jesus is more humble than any human could ever dream of being. This is something prideful religious people cannot understand. They cannot understand that he came to do the Father's will, not his own. The religious elite of his day did not understand that he was not interested in wrestling with them over power and status, but that he was interested in wrestling with them over the power of sin that was leading them towards eternal judgment. And we must not ignore the great power of this witness. God came in the flesh to pay our sin debt. Humility like nothing we've ever seen before. A humility reflecting great power. But that was his first coming. His second coming won't be in humility and weakness. His second coming will be for judgment and life. Judgment against every prideful enemy of God, and life to those who put their trust in him. In the meantime, how are you dealing with the challenge of humility before God? Are you secretly embracing your pride, or are you waging war against it?